with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a for hire plot.
Breaking news hit hard. Durk's trial just got pushed back to May 4th. But his legal team isn't sitting idle. They immediately fired back with paperwork demanding his release from custody. And they're not holding back, using his brutal jail conditions as their weapon of choice. The filing exposes a disturbing reality. The Chicago rapper has been locked in a special housing unit without due process since August 29, 2025. Picture this: Durk's trapped in a concrete box barely big enough for a bed, toilet, and sink for 23 soul-crushing hours every single day. But it gets worse. He's completely cut off from commissary access. One phone call per month, that's it. 0 in-person visits with anyone. The isolation is suffocating. And here's the kicker. He was thrown into this special housing unit as punishment for possessing an Apple Watch. Yet Durk's attorneys are exposing a major failure. The alleged violation still hasn't been reviewed by the unit discipline committee to determine appropriate consequences, something that's supposed to happen within 5 working days, not months. Even inmates from Durk's cell block are speaking out, confirming the nightmare of him being buried in solitary confinement.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS. And right now we're going to show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they're trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS.
But Durk's team dropped a haunting message on his story that cut deep. Crazy how you gotta wait until it's dark out to see who really with you. The words hit different when you realize Durk's finally seeing the cold truth. The loyalty he thought he had, it's evaporating. The circle's shrinking fast. Even cultural analysts and academics are weighing in on this phenomenon, breaking down how every rapper in the game is switching sides and flipping allegiances when the stakes get real.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the went on tour with, did songs with, called you they brother, they twin. I wouldn't be surprised if these rappers try to India. These are down low and dirty. And I think this is what, I think Durk right now is thinking that, man, I thought I was just with a whole bunch of real. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I feel bad for Durk. When King Slime got locked up, there was a whole parade. Free him! Free him! Free him! Oh, nah. Everybody would post details of the case. How is this humane? How could they do this? Yo, free... not Smurk. No, free Slime. Durk got locked up. They might give that half a bar. Free Smurk. And they moved the... I'll give credit. I have heard some of these guys have sent lawyers. Good for that. But Smurk is in there, man, realizing the world don't stop spinning because you locked up.
Academics dug even deeper into this psychological shift, warning that Durk will never be the same man he was before they locked him up, if he even makes it out. The transformation is inevitable. Why? Because his entire identity was built on loyalty and pouring everything into the people surrounding him. That was his foundation, his code, his purpose. But now, they've all abandoned him, vanished when darkness fell. The very thing that defined him has been shattered, and that kind of betrayal changes a person forever.
Let me tell y'all, the Durk y'all loved when he was free, if he gets back out again, he'll never be that Durk. I'm gonna tell you why. He done learned a lot of lessons. This is me assuming, nothing he's told me. But the things that he did for others, y'all know when he came on my podcast, right? And he said, man, your gun is a snitch, I can't gun him. Man, I don't care, I love Thug. He said that because Thug told him. Yo, what Durk is realizing, Durk is a great soldier, but nobody looked at him like a leader. Durk was willing to move on behalf of the people he's loyal to when they get locked up. When he locked up, they might drop him as a bar in a song, but
once this went viral, prosecutors were watching. They saw exactly what Durk's lawyers were trying to pull. To kill any sympathy for Lil Durk, they unleashed devastating new evidence in the courtroom. A 2022 selfie of Durk posing with $1 million in cold cash. On the surface, it looks like typical flexing, but prosecutors revealed the sinister truth. Durk put a $1 million hit on Quando Rondo's head in 2022. The discovery cuts deeper. Defendant Banks weaponized his trusted lieutenants, Defendant Wilson and co-conspirator 5, to recruit professional killers who flew to Southern California on August 18, 2022, with one mission: eliminate Quando Rondo. The files expose the payment structure. Consistent with Durk's promise to compensate his co-conspirators, Defendant Wilson recruited hitmen by dangling a $1 million bounty on Durk's behalf in exchange for flying to Los Angeles to execute the hit. But the rewards went beyond cash. The evidence file reveals they compensated co-conspirators through other means. Durk featured several direct participants in his music videos and rap verses in the months after the crime. One blatant example: Durk's track "Block is Hot," created specifically as payment. Then, prosecutors dropped a bombshell. We have multiple cooperating witnesses ready to testify that Durk orchestrated everything. This has his legal team panicking. The feds have assembled an army of witnesses and informants turning against him. Meanwhile, Durk's transforming behind bars. Courtroom observers reported he looked shockingly thinner, and he's cut off his dreads, a symbolic death. The legal updates paint a bleak picture. Judge denied his motion to disqualify. Motion to dismiss for vagueness, denied. Motion for bill of particulars, taken under advisement. Motion to dismiss count 4, under advisement. A criminal defense attorney analyzing the case broke down what these denied motions really mean for Durk's survival.
I'm a criminal lawyer, and I just learned that the rap artist Lil Durk just had his motion to dismiss his for hire case denied. To be honest, I'm not that surprised. Let me tell you guys something. There's only two ways that Lil Durk is rocking out of that federal courtroom on 2 feet. A jury of 12 people says that he is not guilty, or President Trump pardons him. There's no other way that Durk is walking out of that court free. That judge is not going to be dismissing any key evidence. He's not going to be dismissing any motions. He's not going to do anything that significantly helps Lil Durk walk out of that courtroom without having a trial. Now, how and why am I so sure of this? Well, here's the first thing I want to tell you. Most federal judges used to be federal prosecutors, exact prosecutors that are prosecuting Durk. A lot of judges used to stand in that very position. Federal prosecutors can be very biased people, and very rarely, once they put on that black robe and become a judge, do they get rid of those biases, okay? That judge very likely probably thinks that Durk is guilty. He just can't be the one to actually say it.
His verdict was brutal. There's zero chance Durk gets this case dismissed without facing trial and proving his innocence in that courtroom first. No shortcuts, no escape routes. He's going to war whether he's ready or not. This reality check sent shockwaves through the online community, with creators across platforms erupting in reaction to his impossible situation.
Remo, this is my last no jumper. Durk Torre told me I wasn't supposed to come back up here with that last.
Now look what happened to him.
That man got kids. You talking about look what happened to him.
Definitely not happy about him.
I wouldn't be happy if you go to jail, Adam, because I know you got daughter. Break down.
There's multiple people who are no longer there for their kids as a result of that Durk allegedly called in.
Until they put that on black and white, sir. Stop throwing stuff on a black man who's trying to do something right for the community right now.
The feds have already put out a lot of information about this.
You don't have to put it out. You don't have to put it out. So this is a major platform.
You're not the boss of me. We talk about rap on here. I think it is well within our jurisdiction to talk about the fact
that what type of police
has been alleged to have ordered them.
This
free smirk though.
Free smirk. But also maybe
police platform. This some police.
Just sit down for a little and decide, hey, maybe I'm not anybody else.
We don't have no proof that we don't.
Despite the crushing denials, Durk's team refused to surrender. They launched another bond attempt, and this time, Durk's father believed victory was within reach. Hope flickered in his eyes. Maybe, just maybe, his son was coming home. This marked their third desperate attempt, but his lawyers came prepared differently this time. They crafted an offer so compelling, so ironclad, that the judge would have no rational grounds to reject it.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son, for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
But
Then everything collapsed. A snitch leaked explosive information from a private group chat, detonating Durk's bond hopes instantly. The courtroom report delivered a devastating blow. Federal prosecutors are hitting Durk with new allegations. He allegedly ordered hits on O-Block members for refusing to retaliate after King Von's death. Prosecutors are locked and loaded with a witness ready to testify that Durk personally issued those execution orders. The files paint a darker picture. Durk's war with his own people erupted because he believed O-Block members were showing cowardice by not avenging King Von's murder. This betrayal within betrayal scenario has cultural analysts and WAC 100 breaking their silence, dissecting the epidemic of snitching that's tearing the streets apart from the inside out.
Life by basically saying he's guilty of for hire, and the only thing that, like, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing. There's no message that they got that says where Durk says y'all that Quando yet. Nothing says that.
I'm not. You missing the point.
Okay.
They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 years. One of the is cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So
that's co-conspiracy too.
I don't know. You don't need too much more than that. One of the is cooperating. Then in the paperwork, you got the conversation. They say they had it in and out. The other 2 was figuring out how they getting paid.
But here's where everything gets interesting. One of the prosecutor's star snitches just got caught in a blatant lie, obliterating their credibility. Suddenly, the tides are shifting. Durk could walk free. Explosive new court documents exposed the main witness completely contradicting himself. Initially, he swore under oath there was no bounty placed. Now, he's claiming the opposite, that a bounty absolutely existed. The flip is undeniable. Street sources immediately speculated it was D playing games with the feds, feeding them false information. But that theory doesn't hold water. D's been frantically fighting to distance himself from this entire case, trying to sever any connection to the charges.
And that's what DD did. He's basically saying all this evidence y'all got against Durk got nothing to do with me. Why you got me charged with Durk? And that doesn't mean he's going against Durk. That just means he wants his case severed. And I'm telling you, if it's severed, it helps Durk. Because one of the main connective tissue to this conspiracy is saying that Durk told DD to hire. DD's saying, I ain't get told to hire nobody. And I ain't hiring nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I hire someone? That's his thing.
Because of this credibility collapse, prosecutors scrambled. Reports surfaced that they want to introduce several pages of brand new evidence against Durk, but there's a catch. This move will force another trial delay, which could actually open the door for a bond release. Freedom was suddenly within reach. But the feds had a nuclear option ready to destroy his chances completely. They dropped a bombshell announcement. They believe Durk orchestrated an earlier attempt on Quando Rondo's life back in 2021 at a Georgia gas station. The evidence files are damning, surveillance footage and witness testimony directly linking him to that first failed hit. They even dissected his lyrics as confession. They're on my page like Slide for Von. I know they trolling me. But after the hit on Quando's crew succeeded, Durk coldly stated in a podcast interview, for some reason, I just don't see them comments no more. What's chilling? The feds uncovered lyrics that mirror Quando's exact reaction to the attack. Durk rapped the line, told me they got it Addy, go, go. Got location, go, go. Green light, go. Look on the news and see your son, you screaming no, no.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Yet through all this mounting evidence, Durk's lawyers refuse to back down. They're maintaining their aggressive stance that the charges against Durk are absolutely outrageous, a complete fabrication. His lead attorney, Drew Findling, publicly addressed the case with unwavering confidence, defending his client against what he calls a federal witch hunt.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Ak. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
However, proving Durk's innocence just became exponentially harder with the emergence of a new snitch. The feds flipped Vonnie. Sharp-eyed observers noticed his prison file got updated, showing he's no longer in custody. Translation: he's either on house arrest or walking free. The cooperation is real. Confirmation came when Vonnie messaged a friend discussing his plea deal strategy, and that friend betrayed him by leaking everything to the public. Vonnie's text exposed his desperation. "I'm trying to plea out to a 32, which is the base for murder for hire. The max is 43, which is life. I'd get -2 points for a plea, -1 point for an early plea, and -2 points for no background. I'll have 27 points, which is 5 to 7 years. I can't go to trial. Don't want them to do me like them other guys." He's clearly haunted by what happened to Jam, someone who hasn't been heard from in months since he cooperated. The streets remember what happens to snitches. But the betrayal reached nuclear levels when Vonnie's own father turned on him. After discovering his son was cooperating with feds, the father publicly exposed him for additional crimes. His shocking claim? Vonnie was directly involved in King Von's murder, and Durk knew about it the entire time.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door, and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, "Is it open?" Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, "Was it open?" This is what he asked him. Was it open? It was the exact words. Was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right in there.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that, another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Von before he.
Academics immediately challenged the father's bombshell claim, demanding answers. Why would Durk orchestrate a backdoor hit on King Von, his closest ally, his brother? But the theory gains terrifying credibility when you connect the dots. Durk and King Von were co-defendants, facing serious criminal charges together. Then Von gets murdered, and suddenly, just months after Von's death, those charges against Durk mysteriously evaporate. Case dismissed. Durk walks free. The timing is impossible to ignore. Von's death essentially handed Durk the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card, erasing his legal problems permanently, while he remained untouched.
Why would Durk want Von?
All right, man. Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table and I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
Dude was
thing.
a slack. He was signing the boys. He was a Von wasn't no slack.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that, which was interesting.
Man, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney?" He had a public defender.
Then, a viral tweet exposed a chilling pattern that nobody could ignore. Why was Durk always conveniently on Instagram Live whenever someone connected to him died? He was broadcasting live during King Von's murder, live when Lil Pab was killed, live when FBG Duck got hit. The coincidence is too perfect. Durk's fans started piecing it together. He was manufacturing alibis in real time. If federal investigators ever came knocking about his involvement, he had the perfect defense ready. I was on Instagram Live the entire time. Millions of witnesses saw me. Digital insurance against murder charges. But Vonnie's father wasn't finished dropping bombs. He unleashed another devastating claim. His son allegedly masterminded both King Von and Lil Pab's murders, orchestrating the hits that changed everything.
Oh, no, he ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages, like that.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and and with me saying Von, some people like, damn, what he gonna tell on some birds on Von?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Von. You gonna tell it just like you orchestrated Lil you orchestrated this, and guess who you work for?
But another snitch just entered the equation, and this one hits different. Dee Dee's younger brother, Ted. When rappers saw the name, panic spread instantly. Please tell me this isn't real. The report confirmed everyone's worst nightmare, revealing Ted's introduction to the case. New body cam footage shows Ted desperately begging to cooperate against Durk and OTF members, and has fundamentally altered the entire case. The desperation in that footage is palpable. Durk's legal team immediately scrambled, filing paperwork requesting extended time on their bond proposal. The question burning through everyone's mind, what exactly did Ted tell the feds that was devastating enough to change everything? Here's why this matters. Dee Dee is Durk's primary enforcer, his most trusted shooter. That means Ted, as Dee Dee's little brother, likely overheard countless conversations about street operations that should have stayed buried forever. The most insane twist, Ted wasn't even supposed to be anywhere near this case. He got arrested on completely separate charges and is now weaponizing his insider street knowledge to bargain his way out of his own prison time.
Really? Dude had a what about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
They threw him into a holding cell where he sat, waiting, calculating his next move. Finally, an officer approached him, and in that moment, it became crystal clear. Ted was ready to burn everything down, expose every secret, betray every loyalty, if it meant walking free.
Wait, hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 7 what you saying, man? We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright? We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
But here's the question that changes everything. Will Ted's testimony be enough to bury Durk forever? Or will his desperation to save himself actually expose the lies and contradictions that could set Durk free? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on every twist in this case as it unfolds, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This story is far from over, and you won't want to miss what happens next.